Today is a big day. Bob is finally going to get to stretch his legs. We're going to put him on the dyno, and we're going to do that at Dinosaur Performance. They are in Decatur, Texas. They work on a bunch of cool hot rods and stuff there. Got all the outstanding stuff buttoned up on Bob, and he is ready to make some power. So I don't know how far we're going to push it or how much boost we're going to put to it, but well, I guess we're gonna find out shortly. All right, hopefully you can hear this, but Bob is on the dyno warming up right now, and he is ready for takeoff, I guess you'd say. Anyways, this one's warmed up, he's ready for takeoff. Just gotta kind of check everything out with low boost, and I guess see what it does. Okay, as you saw, we made it to the dyno, and we did not make a whole lot of pulls. We had problems. Actually, it was only one problem, and to keep from tearing up the engine, we decided to cut the day short and tear into the engine and find out what's going on. So we didn't talk about it much at the dyno, but the pulls, I was cutting the pulls short. I only made 3 attempts at that, and Bob was only seeing about 40 pounds of oil pressure at about 5,500 RPMs max, and that's not good. So we came to the conclusion that apparently I appeared to have put a stock style oil pump, a standard volume oil pump in Bob, and with his loose bearing clearances, that's not a good mix. So it's essentially just bleeding all the oil out of the loose bearing clearances. So we're going to take the front of the engine apart, drop the pan, and change the oil pump, and hopefully fix the last small oil leak that it has in the back. So let's get started on that. All right, we're in the middle of getting the oil pump changed out, and for once, one of my ideas worked out pretty good. So I got the removable front end removed, and you can see it sitting over there. Got the front of the motor apart, and as you can see, there's plenty of room to work on it now. Nothing in the way. So I don't know how my phone manages to go off when I start filming every time. Anyways, we're gonna put the motor back together, put the timing cover back on it, bolt the pan up, of course, oil and filter. And we're not going to put the turbo kit on it. We're just going to start it like it is, because the main thing we want to see is higher oil pressure than it had before. So, well, I guess let's keep going and see where this takes us. Okay, so before on the dyno, I think I only showed one video earlier in this video. I don't remember yet. It's been 24 hours since then. But anyways, it had about 40 pounds of oil pressure at about 5,000, 52, 5,300, somewhere around there. And so it's back together now, at least to this point, where I can start it back up and check the oil pressure. So on the dyno, we took the oil feed line off the turbo and we blocked it with the air pressure sensor for the tank, and we checked it that way. So we have 2 different sources of oil pressure, and still met with the same results. So we checked it a variety of ways and nothing changed it. So time to hook the battery up, fire this thing up at 8 o'clock at night. I'm sure my neighbors are gonna love it with open headers and whatnot. So, no better time than the present to meet the neighbors. Please wait. Okay. So the only one we care about is in the bottom corner there. So we are absolutely going to call that success. That was more oil pressure at idle than it had at 5,500 RPM. So definitely what we needed. Now it's time to get him put back together and to his previous state. Okay, so we learned a few things at the dyno. One is that it had low oil pressure, and we definitely do not like that. I try to stick to the 10 pounds per 1,000 rule, and Bob was definitely not meeting that criteria with the 40 pounds or so at about 5,400. So we got that fixed, and Bob is back together. I think you can probably see behind me there. He is complete and ready to do business again. We had a low fuel pressure problem on one of the pools, and against my own rules, I didn't name the data logs as soon as I pulled them out of the computer, so I'm not quite sure which one is which. And what I think has happened is that I went to the dyno, loaded or got the car strapped down, and was waiting on John to get there with the fuel. I had a little bit of fuel in the car, not much, made 3 half pulls before he got there, and I think that I had ran it low on fuel. And that's why that one particular pull had low fuel pressure, and it dropped down in the 30s or something. And luckily I had closed loop still enabled with maximum control, so it didn't hurt anything. It just added a lot of fuel on its own. The timestamps on the data logs don't make any sense though, and they appear to be totally backwards as far as order is concerned. So I need to investigate that and make sure I got that figured out. Outside of that, we're going back to the dyno on Thursday. Today is Sunday. So hopefully we get all this mess fixed and we're making some progress in the right direction. So that's it. Thanks everybody for stopping by and checking out the video. Bob is having the new car blues right now, but we'll get it figured out. So thanks for stopping by and checking it out, guys. We'll see you in the next one.